For weeks, we've been reporting that thousands of California homeowners are being told that their State Farm policies are not going to be renewed. Tonight, we have a much better idea which cities are going to take a hit.
And no community is getting hit harder than Orinda, where more than 1,700 State Farm policies are not being renewed. NBC's Jodi Hernandez spoke with homeowners there who are now scrambling to figure out exactly what to do.
Two stories.
Orinda's Dave Anderson shows us the 4,500 square foot redwood house he's called home for nearly half a century.
We love it. Yeah, we've been there for 47 years.
But Anderson fears his insurance company, State Farm, may soon drop his homeowners coverage. The state's largest home insurer has announced it's not renewing 30,000 policies in California. And we now know homeowners in the city of Orinda will bear the brunt of it. Some 1,700 policies will be dropped in the city, more than any other zip code in the state.
This I worry about in the middle of the night. And when I wake up, I still worry about it.
They are not being a good neighbor. They are certainly not being a good neighbor to anyone in Orinda.
Orinda's mayor, Darlene G., calls it a crisis. She, too, has State Farm insurance. G. has written a letter to the governor, the state insurance commissioner, and lawmakers, asking them to take action. She says impacted residents are having a tough time finding affordable insurance elsewhere.
We already know that when people are having to turn to the FAIR plan, that some of them are seeing cost increases of, $9,000 and $10,000 a year without the same level of coverage.
We reached out to State Farm, who directed us to a statement. This decision was not made lightly and only after careful analysis of State Farm General's financial health, which continues to be impacted by inflation, catastrophe exposure, reinsurance costs, and the limitations of working within decades-old insurance regulations. But earlier this year, State Farm's parent company reported a net worth of $134 billion, up $3 billion from the year before, claiming State Farm remains financially strong.
One thing I guess I would like to see maybe the state be more proactive in seeing really what State Farm's balance sheet is.
Dave Anderson hopes the state will demand more transparency. Meanwhile, he's having sleepless nights wondering what he'll do for coverage. Allstate already dropped him 2 years ago.
You realize that you're part of a system that you take for granted most of the time.
Anderson is even considering going without insurance. He knows he's not leaving the home he loves. In Orinda, Jodi Hernandez, NBC Bay Area News.